A Senate bill dealing with the distribution of alcohol in Oklahoma will likely be heard by the House soon, and possibly as early as this week. The bill addresses who can distribute brands of alcohol from the producers, such as wineries, distilleries, and breweries, to retailers across the state. Until October, every distributor had equal opportunity to purchase and distribute every brand in Oklahoma. After October, thanks to changes voted on by the people in the passage of State Question 792, producers were given the opportunity to designate individual companies as sole distributors for their products across the state. This practice is criticized by some and praised by others in the industry. Tulsa-based Boardwalk Distribution President and CEO Brian Hendershot joined me in the studio recently to discuss why his company is for the measure.
This isn't a bill just for wholesalers. I mean, the meat of this bill is to, I wouldn't do it if it was just Boardwalk, but what it did is there's such a need. We had such a good reputation going out there that we have all these liquor stores and bars and restaurants, especially in the rural communities, that are saying, oh my gosh, I mean, now I only get one delivery a week. There's many rural areas now that get one delivery every 2 weeks. Because now they can only get it from one person. They can't pick who's the best distributor, who's giving me the best service. And really it's just, for those small business owners, which I, considered us a small business owner, I mean, they have to have access to products quicker. You can't tell those guys, okay, you have a 1,000 square foot liquor store and I'm coming out here once every 2 weeks and these products, I'm the only one you get these main products from. And so like it or not, you're going to get the delivery when you get it, and so you better have, number one, enough money to buy enough product till the next time I come out here. And secondly, I hope you have enough storage to have the product in there. And so, I don't want to blur the line. I feel like what's kind of been going on a little bit is like this thing is turning into a me versus them on the wholesalers, and they may see it that way. But for me, it's me. Number one, yeah, do I think what happened with State Question 792 was wrong for our business? Definitely. I mean, I feel that was directly targeted to take business away from us.
To lose all that, how much, and you mentioned this in a press release at one time, how much have you guys lost or stand to lose in this first year following these changes?
It's been, I've definitely, been vocal about it, and we predict from October 1 of 2018 to October 1 of 2019 that we'll lose over $100 million based on our current sales levels. I can say with clear conscience that our retail stores, our liquor stores, our restaurants, I mean, I would feel that most of them, and we're getting the calls, and then they're calling the legislators. I mean, they want access to these brands.
I wanted to ask you about something you mentioned earlier about losing sales and losing employees and jobs. I know that other companies in this same time frame, some that you've mentioned and others that you've not, have employed more people. They've had to hire people, their sales are increasing. So to look from an outsider's perspective, I know for your company it's a negative. For other companies it's been positive. And then sales tax collections are another thing that have not, when looked at the macro level, they have not changed much. And consumers are not, Oklahoma largely their consumer habits have gone unchanged as far as alcohol is concerned since that. So from an outsider's perspective, it's hard to look at this whole debate over 608 and see it as anything other than the shifting of the size of the slice of pie, because the pie's not getting bigger, it's not getting smaller. So again, this is just me asking in different ways, but how is this not just your slice is shrinking, and so I'm going to try and do something for that to regain my piece of the pie?
Right. So I think that's a good point. I mean, definitely our slice has gone way down, and we are fighting for our slice to come back up. And I think, as I mentioned before, what I don't like about it is it's not a fair pick. You don't do as good as we do and not end up getting one brand. I mean, this was coming to the wire. So behind the scenes, when we were all pushing for, we were talking to some of these manufacturers, and we knew these manufacturers. We were selling their products. They were happy with this. And what really bothered me about how this system works, and how I knew that if we let this model go, that it's not going to change, and it's going to continue to allow guys to have more control of not just being able to control service levels out there. They 100% will be able to control brands in this state. Because even though we have other distributors right now, we have Southern Glazers and RNDC now that are the biggest, by far the biggest, because my slice has gone down so much.
What is your elevator pitch to these politicians that you're meeting with and talking with and trying to explain and last push before they hear this and make up a decision of their own?
Our pitch is this. Our pitch is that not just me, they're getting the calls. People do want this fixed. And I think during modernization, they feel like they didn't have a voice to be heard. And I have so many places and so many liquor stores and bars and restaurants right now that are texting me and saying, "Thank you, Brian. Thanks for standing up." And they know that I'm not just standing up for Boardwalk, I'm standing up for them too, because if they need a voice, they need someone that's going to fight back. And this business a lot of businesses are tough, and this one's tough. And people don't want to play nice, and they want to see you go away. Yeah. They don't want you to be in business. Zero. I mean, I'm backed against the wall. I am going to fight for that, and I'm going to fight for the retailers to get better service, because I mean, that's the American dream, in my opinion. I mean, I know people throw that around, but I started this business from scratch, 0 brands, and I built this to the 3rd largest distributor in the state. And at that time, before the laws changed, I mean, we purchased Action, which was based out of here, and they were a mid-tier wholesaler, having a hard time, and we came in and jumped over them, and we were friendly with them, and we bought them out. And it wasn't, it was more of, I'll help you out. We're still growing here, but they understood that what we were doing was game changing. I mean, we were up in the service level. We were up, and they can, maybe with us and everybody else, they were just having trouble competing on that scale. So, why, if we want to call things modernization, then and I brought that to the distribution game, then why did we take that backward?